Here's a small carving tool with a very big handle, far too big really for me for the size of this tool. And I want to swap it for a handle like this, which I think is much more in keeping. So the thing to do is to grip the tool along the shank quite firmly in a vise. If it's a tool like this, then I'd be gripping it here in this part. You don't have to crunch it across the blade in any way. So hold it here, and you'll need a wedge of wood like this, some sort of hardwood, which you can tap the no, you can't. There you go. So there's a handle coming off, and there's a wedge of wood pushing that off. And look at this here inside. It's a nicely shaped tang, pointed, but there's quite a bit of corrosion on here from the handle over the years. You can use a rasp, or a file rather, to get this off. And it's a chance to clean up the tang, and in particular you want to make sure that we've got sharp corners. So clean this all up here. So here's my handle. It will have a pilot hole which should be axially down the handle, and because this tang is tapered and square, I need to perhaps bore a couple of wider holes part way up the initial pilot hole in order to allow that tang to go in a bit more easily. So I'm going to grip this tang, being careful not to impale myself on that nice sharp point, in my vise here, and I've got it gripped so that it sits on the shoulder. So a tool like this would be sitting here on this shoulder. This will go part of the way down, and what I do is I tap this a little bit, and then I use the square edges of the tang to ream out the hole. So this is shaping the hole. Little tap, about 2 or 3 millimeters, 1/8 of an inch only. Turn it, tap out the waste. Give it a little bit more. And then when I get to about 1/8 of an inch, more here. So when I get to so there's an 1/8 of an inch gap there, I make sure the handle is lining up nicely with the blade. Then I tap it home. And with that, there is a new handle on the blade, and I think you'll agree that's a much better size to carve with.